Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on Play on GAA. My name is Séamus Brady, and in this video we are going to be going over the All-Ireland Camogie semi-final that happened at the weekend between Cork and Waterford. Cork 15 points, Waterford 10 points. Cork winning in an absolute arm wrestle of a game. Waterford put it up to them for the entire game, but Cork just had a little bit more gas in the tank, a little bit more know-how, and they get through to the All-Ireland Camogie final for the second consecutive year. Here is the full match review here on Play on GA. But before we get into it, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. It really helps myself and Luke out here on the channel. And yep, let's crack on with this video. So, as I mentioned, an absolute arm wrestle of a game. Waterford came into this off the back of really beating Limerick out the gate, and they really looked so impressive. As I mentioned in my previous match review, that duo of Beth Carton and Niamh Rockett really impressed me in that Limerick game. I thought that they linked up superbly. I thought the passes that they were playing to each other were just ridiculous. And I thought that this would give Cork a right headache. And I did think that Cork would win, but I thought Waterford would push them damn close. And I was right. I mean, Cork hit all 8 of the last points of the game to win. But up until that point, Waterford completely looked like they were going to do it. Beth Carton was sharp early for the day, so she hit 3 points inside the first 20 minutes. But Chloe Sigerson's point on half-time, just on the stroke of half-time, made it a 2-point game. And throughout the first half, Waterford had been far superior, and they really needed to make that superiority count more on the scoreboard. Amy Flynn and Niamh Rockett pointed for Waterford just before half-time to send them in at half-time 7 points to 3 up. Cork had been shocking in the first half. I mean, for a side like that reached the All-Ireland final last year, to only score 3 points in the half of Camogie is shocking. And if they do that in the All-Ireland final against Kilkenny, they will be beaten out the gate. Mark my words, they were not going to come back against Kilkenny like they did against Waterford here. Niamh Rockett opened the second half scoring to make it 8 points to 3, but Cork responded to that with 4 points out of the next 5 from Amy O'Connor, Katrina Mackin, Cleena Healy, and Fiona Keating. And that made it 9 points to 7 for Waterford, a 2-point game. A Bray point from Waterford made it 10 points to 7, but 3 in a row from Amy O'Connor made it 10 points apiece. And this was the 3 points which began the 8 points in a row for Cork. It was clear that Waterford had just gassed out. They'd completely ran out of steam. They were reliant on only a few players compared to Cork having a very solid squad. 3 in a row from Amy O'Connor leveled it. Emma Murphy put Cork ahead. And then 2 from McCartan, 1 from Keating, and 1 from Amy O'Connor again finished it off to make it 15 points to 10 for Cork. And they are back in the All-Ireland Camogie final for the second consecutive year. Look, I do think 15-10 is harsh on Waterford. I thought they were fantastic throughout this game, and they have been fantastic throughout the year. Niamh Rockett, Beth Carton, as I mentioned, they're absolutely superb players. Amy Flynn is fantastic as well. And they deserve a lot of credit for the year that they've had. They've made massive strides for Waterford Camogie, and they'll be back again even stronger next year. And I can't wait to see that duo of Carton and Rockett link up again next year. But Cork just had a bit more know-how. They had a bit more calmness to them. As I mentioned, to only be 4 points behind in a half where they'd stunk it out, only scoring 3 points. Waterford needed to be further ahead there. They needed to raise a green flag or two if they were going to beat Cork, and they didn't. And I mean, for Derek Lyons, it's massive strides made this year in charge of the Waterford team. He should stick with it because there is definitely potential in this Waterford side. And if Cork are All-Ireland contenders, and having watched this game, you have to say Waterford have it in them to win an All-Ireland as well, because they were right there with them. They just need to add a few more players. They need to get a bit more squad depth, because in terms of actual player ability, in Rockett and in Carton, they have as good as any team has. So they should really build a team around those two girls because they're fantastic. Yeah, that is my match review of this semi-final. There's another match review of the Kilkenny versus Galway game, which saw Kilkenny get into the final, which means it is Cork against Kilkenny, which means that we will have a new All-Ireland champion this year. There is going to be a full All-Ireland Camogie final preview here on the channel, here on Play on GA, so make sure you tune in for that. And until the next one, guys, here on Play on GAA, take care.